So this is going to be my review of the Obi Wan Kenobi series. Yep, we're finally here. We finally reached the end of the show, and admittedly, I do have some thoughts. I do have some thoughts concerning the show. Some good, some bad, but not what you think. Like, I know some of you guys are going to be thinking, oh, I know exactly what he's going to be talking bad about and what he's going to talk good about. Not exactly. So, I guess, well, there are going to be some minor spoilers, but I feel like we all kind of knew where this show was going. But yeah. So, first off, I want to say congratulations to Ian McGregor for once again putting on his big boy pants and carrying an entire series on his shoulders. It wasn't like, had to do that before with the prequels. You had to do it here, too. But yeah, Ian McGregor was fantastic as Obi-Wan, but that's like the easy answer, because of course he's good. He's one of the best actors out there. So the fact that that he's been here and doing this, it's really good. I think he was really fantastic. I think he was really fantastic in this show. Just the range of, like, not just like his acting ability, but like in speaking and like dialect, but also like facially, like just his emotion. Like, you can just read an entire emotion on his face. Like at the end of the second episode where he finds out that Anakin's alive and he's still Darth Vader. That moment where he's like, that just look on his face, it just tells you everything. It's like, oh my god, my friend who I thought I killed is still alive, and he's been wiping out the remaining Jedi. I think I'm gonna throw up. Yeah. And Vader. Let's talk a bit about Vader. Vader in here, I think, was the big draw in having Hayden Christensen back, which was awesome. I'm so happy Hayden's getting redemption arc among Star Wars fans. I'm just really happy for Hayden to have like a big redemption among Star Wars fans, and to have him here and basically, basically have him be, like, have the fandom redeem it. Like, the fandom really love him, to see him in every form, and it was really cool to see him in the Vader suit. Like, that was, I think, I think 90% of the time it was him in the Vader suit, and to see a unleashed Vader is really cool. And I'm kind of hoping, because Hayden's been really pushing for a Darth Vader series, because I know it's going to make, Star Wars money, so, get your paper, Hayden. I ain't going to blame you. And two, I think we all have been kind of asking for like a Vader miniseries, even though I feel like we don't need it at the same time. I feel like we don't need it because we have the comics, we have the original trilogy, we have Rogue One, we have a lot of Vader. But I know a lot of people are saying, like, well, maybe we can do like a Vader-centric show. Maybe, like, you really have to convince me, because I feel like it's just a lot of people going, oh, I just want to see Vader kill people, which we all want to do, but still, that's what it generally wants to be, is just let's have Vader kill people. And it was really cool to have James Earl Jones back, even though it was just re-speeching. They were using the re-speecher, like they did with Mark Hamill in Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian. But here they are re-speeching Hayden Christensen with James Earl Jones, and I'm wondering if they'll be able to do that again, because there's only so much you can do with re-speecher, and Vader only had so many lines and dialogue that you could use. Like, yeah. So I wonder if you're going to do a Vader show, like, how you're going to be able to do that. Like, how you're going to be able to really do that. And the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader at the end might be one of the best damn lightsaber battles I've seen in Star Wars. A while ago, I did my top 10 lightsaber battles. If I ever do that list again, that last fight will probably be on that list. I still say the Luke and Vader fight from Return of the Jedi is the best one, but this is definitely going to go on the list in some capacity. But yeah, that was so good. I think there's some really good action scenes. I will say that I don't think we need the Inquisitors, and we do need to talk about... Well, I'll get to her in a moment. And more importantly, everything else regarding her. I feel like the Inquisitors didn't really do anything. I feel like having the Grand Inquisitor here and having him get stabbed only to come back, I'm like, what was the point of having the Inquisitor? You just needed the one. You clearly focused on her. You didn't need the others. I feel like you just wanted to have him here for fan focus. Like, yeah, they do jack shit throughout the entire show, except for the Grand Inquisitor. Really, even the Grand Inquisitor you could have just had on a holo screen and focus on Reva. You know, because that was clear where the focus is. Now, let's get into Reva. First off, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? What the fuck is wrong with all of you guys, you know, going on her Instagram and Facebook, terrorizing this poor woman for shit? She's just an actress. Like, here we are again with Hayden, like with Jake Lloyd, like with, you know, Daisy Ridley and, you know, John Boyega. At least this time around, Disney said something finally after how bad it got, after being, you know, completely silent after how bad Boyega and Ridley were attacked during the sequel trilogy. That shit is really awful. The character herself, that's the point of her, is that she's just an actress trying to... And don't say, oh, she can't act. That's not on her. She's trying her best because, yeah, she's a Shakespearean-trained actress who's done multiple theaters and other, like, drama films. The fact that, you know, and she's gotten awards for those. So, and even seeing some of those posts, none of it was about her acting. It was just her skin color. So, yeah. I think we should get to the point in any fandom where I don't think we should be attacking actors and actresses and you know, directly for their characters because, yeah, it's just a character they're trying to act. I think we should blame more of the writing. And, yeah, that's where I think and I think the idea was she's trying to be threatening but not, and really it just kind of came off as annoying. So that's on the writer, not the actress. She was trying her best. And Reva is all right. I was indifferent to Reva the entire time, but I do understand she was the vehicle to really bring Obi Wan and Vader together. I get that, but yeah, I also was not a fan of keeping her alive because I'm like, great, another character that's not going to die ever. Because again, and it's not just her, like, there's tons of Star Wars characters now that, like, are like, why are you still alive? Like, I'm with that with Ahsoka, where I'm like, your death should have been in Rebels, because that seemed like the logical end to your character arc. It was the same thing with Reva, where watching her survive, you know, encountering... Oh, I feel like what would have been better is her being so consumed by just, it's so much hate and rage that, it just blows her away, and like and she just dies in Obi-Wan's arms. Like, it shocked me we had character deaths in here, like when Tala died. I was like, wait, we're killing a character off in Star Wars? What? Huh? This is impossible. And we're killing the droid too? This is amazing! Like, yeah, I'm shocked these days when modern Star Wars kills off characters. Because they live past where you think they would be. And now I'm like, well, I can't wait to see you in the comics, because I have a feeling you're not going to get your own spin-off. Yeah, maybe she'll show up in Ahsoka. She'll probably will show up in Ahsoka now that I think about it, so maybe she will show up in a show. Yeah, but I'm like, I like, that was, like, the attacks on the actress directly were like, what the fuck? Like, the whole time, like, the day this broke out and seeing everything, and even coming from... And it got so bad, like I said, Disney had to step in. And even, like, Anson Mount from the actor who plays Pike in Strange New Worlds came in and was like, yeah, this ain't cool. And yeah, it's not cool. I do think there is some gaps in the writing, like, here and there, like, the logic for some of the characters, but that's just been Star Wars in general. I think it's good. I do think the first half of the show is very, like, it's kind of like the first half of the first episode is like, this is what I wanted from Obi-Wan, and then we get back to it, in 4 through 6. I also like the actress playing Leia. I think she was well written. I think she's a very well done child actress. I also like how they tie in. Although, to be fair, I'm not we're doing the whole, this important piece of character came from another character. It's kind of like how we just got the blaster, Han's blaster came from the Han Solo movie, and here we get the holster that Leia has worn all her life came from this person. I'm like, it's cute, but at the same time it feels unnecessary. Does that make sense? Does that at all make sense? Also, always fun to see Jimmy Schmitz, just saying. And it was cool to see Ian McDermott. I was kind of expecting the Emperor to show up, and we did get Qui-Gon. So, and I kind of figured we were gonna. I was kind of on the fence, we wouldn't get Qui-Gon. But then when they announced the Tales of the Jedi show, I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be an Obi-Wan now. In some way, shape, or form, he's definitely gonna be an Obi-Wan now. So, while I don't think this show had as many hiccups and problems as Book of Boba Fett did, I still think it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to sit and think of this. I wouldn't call this my favorite Star Wars show on Disney Plus right now. Give it a little time to think. I'm gonna think on it a little bit because it was really good, but I do think it had some flaws. But I do think it's a lot more solid, and I definitely walked away going, I like this more than Book of Boba Fett. But I still enjoy the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, even though the second half of season 2 became let's do Mando team up. I've talked about that before, but yeah. Yeah. So, decent enough show. Maybe, again, we still have... I'm really excited for Andor. I really want to see what they do with Andor, and I think once Andor comes out, maybe that will be okay, now, and when all's said and done for Andor, I'll be okay, now this might be my favorite show, or Obi-Wan will be my favorite show. But again, they've got so many... That's why I don't do rankings, because they're always there's always another one coming out. So, yeah. Anyway... But all in all, still a decent show. I think it's well done. Could have been better, but still. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the Obi Wan Kenobi show? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon for exclusive content. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.